Here are some ideas about having ideas. About the only book I can think of that goes into techniques for having technical ideas is The Art of Scientific Investigation by W.I.B. Beveridge. And I don't remember what's in it. It was pretty cool. Very worthwhile getting. I don't think it's in extra printings. You have to get these really old printings from like 1960. Nobody cares about having ideas in science, apparently. But anyway, my own ideas on this. Having ideas, it's sort of like you have this wall in your mind with a hole in it. And every once in a while, something really cool pops out. So if you're waiting around the hole, and you wait a long time, all of a sudden you got something that came from nowhere. You didn't make it. And sometimes they're very complicated things with all kinds of different details. Like someone on the other side of the hole is constructing these things and giving them to you as gifts. You can't claim credit for building this stuff. And it seems like if you try to claim credit, your ideas dry up. The hole doesn't deposit any new ones, no matter how long you wait. So one of the keys to having really cool ideas is to keep always in mind that you didn't do them. You got to blame them on something else, that they were worked out by your subconscious or something. Or if you're religious, you can say they're gifts from God. If you sort of demand things from the whole, it also dries up, because it's not for you to say when it's going to do something for you. And very often, if you're working on some project for money and you're hoping that you'll get something wonderful to satisfy that project, you'll get lots of great ideas, and they'll be for other projects. So you'll get in trouble with the boss for sitting around and thinking, because all the cool ideas, maybe they'll let you start entire companies, but not for the place you're working for right now. Oh, right, another one. If you get something cool out of the hole where creativity comes from, and you think it'll make a whole lot of money, and you grab onto it like a drowning man grabbing a log, that also dries up all the ideas. You sort of get it stuck in your craw, and you never let it go. You have to give your ideas away. They're not there to make money. You can make a living off of them, but if you think you're going to become billionaire wealthy, you get dollar signs in your eyes, that screws things up also. So keep giving your ideas away. Maybe you keep them for a year or three. Keep an idea notebook. But my source of huge numbers of ideas is my web page, being able to give them away to other people. So as long as I'm clearing out the space in front of the hole, as it were, new things keep popping up. Oh, another one is lack of sleep. If you're working on a big project and you get into sort of a sleepless state where you're catnapping, and then working and then catnapping, that turns the idea faucet on something fierce. And a lot of them will be for the project you're trying to work on, but you get all kinds of other stuff too. One of the things I first found out about the ideas thing was getting into strange mental states. And this was in high school when I had a summer job. I was working for Irving D. Booth Plumbing Supplies. I was painting a giant wall in a warehouse. Well, actually, it was overhead doors, like 3-story tall overhead doors, half the size of the building. Cleaning up all the pigeon crap and then scraping them and painting them. So being up on a ladder and just running the scraping machine with ear protectors, it's sort of like sensory deprivation chamber, and you get into a trance state. So when I was doing that, I started having cool ideas, and that never happened to be me before. So I had to like climb down the ladder and find a drifting piece of napkin and start writing ideas on it with a splinter of wood dipped in the green paint that I was painting with. And then later I could go and transcribe them onto a piece of paper. So I started carrying a little tiny notebook. And that's another idea suggestion. You gotta have something to write them on. Just a little important piece of paper in your wallet is pretty good, but some kind of little like spiral notebook. I had a little tiny spiral notebook for years that I was putting everything in, because you think that you're going to be able to write them down as soon as you get to a piece of paper. No, because when you have the idea, you're halfway in the dream state. So when you wake up entirely, it's very much like waking up from sleep, and now you're going to write down your dreams, and you're fully awake, and they're all gone. So the moment you have them, and even while you're having them, you got to be writing them down, because it's sort of like psychic channeling or something. So you write it down, it gets it out of the way, and then another piece of it appears, and you write that down, and you end up just transcribing stuff pouring out of your head onto the piece of paper. Similar to making a lot of money off of them, if you use your ideas to inflate your self-importance, that'll also turn them off. So it's always up to other people to tell you how wonderful you are. You're not supposed to do it. Oh, and if you don't have a notebook, I guess you'll have to get a little tiny video camera.